Okay guys, so once you do your duplicate, we'll be wiping off all these things because we don't need them for this our new design. So we want to design the menu screen. So I'll be renaming my frame. So I'll call my frame menu screen. I'll call this particular screen menu screen. Yeah. So I will change the color of this particular status bar to black. I'll come to my selection color, not the field but selection color, and change it to black. And I'll just highlight everything inside of this guy. I'll just come from the outside of the frame. So I'll just click and then highlight everything, then delete it. So I'll change my frame to white color. Yeah. So this is actually design I've actually designed before. So I'll just use this one as my description. Yeah, instead of just coming back to this guy. So it's still the same thing. Okay guys, so let's see how you can achieve this particular screen. So you'll be wondering where I got my images from, but so I will make sure you guys have access to all of this image so you can use it for your design. But I downloaded all my pictures from Pinterest, which is on Google. So I went to Google, look for Pinterest, then I search for all of this, but I will make sure the resources are available for you guys to use. All right, so this is it now. So I'll come here and I'll pick the background color of this particular frame. So I'll come here and I'll pick this exact color. Now the color code for the background is F4, F8, F9, F8, F4, F4, F8, F9. So this is the color code. This is the color code. So you can use this color code to get the background color. All right. So what I'll be having now is this hello with a wave. So how do we get the text? So I'll come to my text and I'll write hello. So remember, you always have to turn on your layout guide so that you can make your design consistent and also balanced as well. So let's drop this text and say hello. So I'll write hello. So the hello is actually on bold, so I don't want it on bold, so I prefer it to be on regular. Regular. So let me turn on my layout guide so that my design will be consistent. So I'll just uncheck this icon. So this is my hello. So I think I have to reduce the hello to 14. Yes, and I will change the text color. So let's get the color of this particular text. So let's get the color of this particular text. So the color code for this text is the color code is 999D9E. 999D9E. So I'll just put it here, 999D9E. So I'll come here and wipe off this guy and say 999D9E. You see? So it has changed. So I have my color now. So the next thing is to get this wave. So how do we get the wave? I'll come to my plugin. I will install Iconify. So you go to your plugin and widgets and look for Iconify. Iconify. So I already have Iconify installed, so you can install yours by running it. So I'll click on Iconify and I will search for hand wave, or let me just say wave. So I have a lot of wave here. So I have a lot of wave and I can just use this one. So I'll take off this guy for now. So let's give our wave a color. So I'll click on my field. I'll click on my selection color, not my field. Selection color. Whenever you have an icon, don't use the field. Use the selection color. Alright. So the selection color for my wave is black. So I'll use the selection color and give it this particular yellow. So I'll give it the color code for the yellow. The color code for the yellow is FCD460. 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 That's the color code. So I will just come here and arrange it properly. So I'll make sure my hello is touching my layout guide. So I'll just group these two things together. So I'll click here, then I'll hold my shift and click on my hello, then do a Command G or Control G to group them together. So the next thing I'll be having is a name called Agba Designer. So you can use Agba Designer. hello agba designer. Yeah, so I'll come here and I will make the agba should be bold or semi bold. Yeah, semi bold but black. So semi bold but black. So I won't change the color code. So I will leave it on black. Yeah, so I've gotten this guy. So the next thing I should be achieving now is actually the notification and search. So if you notice very well, our hello and agba is quite too low, and this one is actually at the top side. So let's make sure this guy is actually at the top side as well. So let's just take it to the up a little by using your arrow key on your keyboard. You have to do the adjustments. Okay, so that is it guys. So I have this guy done already. So next thing I want to be achieving is actually this guy here, this search and notification. So I'll come here and get a shape, not frame. So I'll get this shape and I'll just do a cycle. So I'll give it 28 by 28. That should be the size. I think this is okay. So I'll give the size 28 by 28 and I will make the background white. I'll give it a background of white, which is this one. Yeah, so I'll turn off my layer guide. I want to turn off, so you can do Shift G to turn it off. Yeah, so my white is not showing very well. So let's get our search icon. Still go to your plugins, come to Iconify and look for search. So Iconify have thousands of icons that you can use your design. So I'll look for search and this is my search here. Yep. So all I have to do is to reduce the size of my search. So I'll reduce the size of my search, and I think 17 will go. Let me put it inside and see how it goes. Yep, you see I'm trying to arrange it to be, now I'm seeing these 4 lines. It means it's actually correct, so it's in the middle. Yeah, so let's group these two guys together by clicking, hold your shift to click the next one, then Command G or Ctrl G to group them together. So there's something we have to learn, how to add auto layout. So I'll just right click, then come here and say add auto layout. So auto layout is more like, I'll just call it it's very smart. Yeah, it helps hold your it helps hold your shape or anything you import, like a frame, pictures. It helps you hold them together for it not to scatter. Now if I should drag this guy now, it won't scatter. It will always come back. So that's the help of auto layout. So it is more like a very smart tool that helps arrange our file, our design, put them together. Yeah, so now that we have this guy, so let's do a duplicate for the other one. So I've done a duplicate, so I'll just try and make sure this guy is well aligned. Yup, is aligned. So I'm just arranging them. Okay, so you do your arrangement as well. So I will take off this particular search, I will take it off and I will come back to my icon and I will look for notification. So I will search for it. Notification. I think my spelling is bad. Notification. So I will look for it. Then what am I spelling? Sorry, my spelling is bad, so let me try again. Notification. Alright, so I got it done. So I'll just take this particular icon. So you can choose your own. So I'll just take this particular one. And I will look, what size is this guy? This guy is actually using 17. So I'll make this one 17 as well. So consistency is actually the key. You have to be consistent with your icon. So no one should be bigger than anyone. So I'll make it 17 as well. I will reduce to, now I have 17 by 17. So that's my height and width. So I'll just come here and put it into this particular. So this particular shape is already on auto layer. That's why we are seeing this line. So I will leave it. So to help me arrange it easily and fast as well. So that's the help of auto layout. So now that we have this guy, we can actually group these two guys together by adding auto layer to it. So let's click and add auto layer to the both of them. Yeah, so we have them done already. So we have achieved these guys. So the next thing is to get these guys, these particular guys now. So let's get a frame and draw a shape for them. So this is my frame, and I will give my frame a field. Alright, so this is the field color, and yup. So let's see on how we can easily, now that we have the field, let's see on how we can give it the corner radius. So I'll come here and give it the corner radius of 5. Let's click and see how it works. So let's try an extra 3. Let's say 8. So I think 8 is cool. So I'll just leave it on 8. I'll leave it at the 8 there. So I will look for my image. So those of you now who will reasoning, how do I get my image? This is what you can do for your own self. Since you don't have my own image, you can click here, draw your shape like this. So I have my shape inside of my frame. Yeah, so I have this guy now. Since I have this guy, I can easily add any image to it. So I can either come to my computer, click on my field, and import this image from my computer, any image from my computer here. So I can import, for example, let me say I want to import this guy. I want to import this guy. I can easily import it, but I don't want it, so I'll just undo it. So I need to go to Unsplash and get a code. I have my Unsplash already, so I'll go to Unsplash and download any image of my choice. So I can come here and say pizza. So let me say pizza. I can search for pizza. You see, we have pizzas. We have a lot of them. So I can just click here for this one to add. So you see it has automatically add. Alright, so now we have our picture. Let's give our picture a name. Let's give this particular pizza a name so that users can easily select from, just like this one. I say chicken. So I'll hit T on my computer and write pizza. You see? Yeah, we are actually there. So we have actually gotten this guy. So I have to make this guy to be in the middle. So I'll click on it and say centralize on position. So I'll say centralize. Yeah. So I'll make this guy not 14 but 12. Same centralize again. Yeah. So I'll do a duplicate of this guy into 4 parts. So Ctrl D to duplicate. Now since I've duplicated, I can just do Ctrl D again and it automatically duplicate for me. Now, sorry, if you're seeing this thing, don't panic. Alright, don't panic. So all you have to do is to just come here, hold your shift, click the next one, click this one. Alright. So hold your shift to click out. Now let's do it again. So click this one first. I'll hold my shift and I'll click the second one because I want to add them together. Yeah. So if we can still adjust this guy from here by holding this. Now there's a red line showing on your screen, so if you did it correctly, you see the red line. So I can adjust it from here and get to balance it the way I want. Now the space is actually but that's not really what I want. So I want to adjust the size. I will click here by holding my shift to click all together. So I will reduce it like this. Yeah, and I will add an auto layer to it. Then I will adjust the size from here. So you can come to this place that have gap and increase the gap. let's say we increase the gap to 11. That works. So we have achieved this particular one. So the next thing we want to achieve is this particular guy, which is this card. So we are achieving this card. So I'll just come here, my frame, we are using frame, not shape. I'll just come here and draw a card using my frame. Yeah, so I will give this card a fill. So I will click through a particular green. So I'll give you the color code for the green. So I will come here, I will pick this green. So the color code for this green is 216729. 216729. That's the color code for this green. Yeah, so we're giving this particular green a gradient, which is linear gradient. So I'll come here and say not the solid but gradient. So I'll click here and come to my, so if I click on this guy, I can easily come to my field, then come to gradients. You see, gradients. So I'll click here on gradient and I'll be having this kind of shape. So all I have to do is to just turn it together. So if you want to turn this guy together, make sure you're holding this particular thing that looks like ball from here, not here but here. Yeah, so you can turn it from here like this and leave it this way. Now come do same for this one, drag it out, make it straight and leave it this way. You get. So I'll just click here and make the color black. So once I click here, it will be highlighted here. You can see it's highlighted here. So I can come here and make the color black, but not like pure black, but I'll just come down here and reduce the green a little. Yeah, so the color code for this particular one is 111D13. 111D13. So we'll be having something like this. Yeah, we'll be having something like this. So sometimes you might want to arrange it because the black is still looking too sharp and too dark. You can just bring it out a little. Yeah, so that is well achieved. So let's give our frame, which is our card, a corner radius. So I'll give it a corner radius of 20. Yeah, so corner radius of 20. So the next thing we should be doing is to write New Year offer to it. So let's come here and say New Year offer. So sometimes to design easily and faster, instead of writing from scratch, you can just come here. I'll click on here on Agba and duplicate Agba by doing a Ctrl D or Command D on my keyboard, then duplicate it. So I'll just drag the duplicate out and leave it here. Yeah, so I will give my name a color white, and I will change it from semi-bold to regular. I think the size should be okay. Let's see how it goes. So I'll write New Year offer. New Year offer. New Year offer. So we have our New Year offer now. So guys, there's something we did not do. We did not group these two things together. So we'll click here. Always learn how to group, okay? So I'll click here and group these two things together, this Agba and the yellow. So I'll add the group. So once I add my group selection, or you can do Ctrl G to group them. Once I do I can always add auto layer to it so that it will be, responsive. Yeah, so that I've added my auto layer. You first of all group before you add auto layout. Right, so I can do same, click on this guy and click on this one, then group, then add auto layout, no group, add auto layout. So you see I've already actually added auto layout to them. Yeah, so you can do same, since you've added it, since you have done for these guys, you can click this one as well, then add your auto layout, add auto layout to it. Yeah, so I've done so now, so everything is looking so cool. So let's finish up with this design. So the next thing is to get our 30% off test. So I will duplicate this new year offer. I will bring it down and write 30%, but let's set it first before we put 30%. So I will come here and say from regular, I will make it bold under typography. Yeah, so make sure you click on your text tool. So I'll bring it down a little. So I will increase this guy to maybe 22. Yeah. So I will take it down a little again, and I will say 30% discount. 30% off. 30% off you. So this is cool. So the next one is this 16 to 31 December. That is when the thing will expire. So I will duplicate this new year by doing Ctrl D, then drag it down. I will do 16 to 31 December. So I'll say 16 to 31 December. Yeah. Yep. So that is it. So since I have this guy now, I'll just come here and say get now. So let's create a get now button by using our frame, not shape. So I'll hold my frame here, then draw a size of button. So this is it. So guys, don't panic. If you look where let's see on how we can just drag this guy. So no, first of all, let's give this guy a fill, so we won't look for it. I'll give it a fill. So let's drag this guy down a little because the box is looking too small. So this is our get now button. So we have to give our get now button a color that will match the brand. So it's same dark green. So the color of this green is 63BF75. 63BF75. So let's give it a corner radius as well of, let's say, 10. Yeah, that works. So the next thing to do is to give the button a label, and the button label should be get now. So I'll duplicate this guy and say get now. So this is our label for the button, which is the get now. So I think we have to reduce the text to 12. Yeah, so that we really fit in the way we want. Yep. So I'll align it to be in the center. So I'll just come here and say align center. Yeah, so the next thing we should be doing is to get this image. So I have my image already, but I'll be leaving these resources for you guys to use. So this is my image here, so I can just drag it down. So guys, I won't just put this guy like that. I will make sure I scale it to be very small so that it will be the same level with my so yeah, so now I can increase the size from here. So I'll keep increasing till I see that okay, it's looking okay now. So I think this works. This is great. Yeah, so we have achieved this guy. So which is the next thing? Yeah, I don't know if you're wondering that you did not change the pictures. You would have changed the pictures and the name. So you can do that as your task by changing the pictures here and the name. You can use any picture that you want to use. You can come back and change the name of the product from here. Alright, so it's a task for you. And the next one is for us to achieve this list of products. Yeah, so what we have is actually a bestseller. So I will duplicate Agba, or no, let's just write. I will write bestseller. I'll make it should be on bold, not regular. So I'll make it bold. I'll increase the size to 16. Yep. So I'll make sure this guy is really following. Yeah, so Figma is showing me this red line because I'm on it. Yeah. So let's get the see all button as well. So I will click here and say see all. So the see all button should not be on bold, it should be on medium, then the size should be on 14. Yeah, so make it green. Don't forget the green we are using. Green remains this one, which is C3BF75. Yeah, so let's see on how we can align it to be. Yup, everything looks well, everything looks great, everything really good. So the next thing is to get these guys different kind of foods. So I will draw my frame. Yep, I'll draw my frame here. I'll give my frame a fill color white. I'll give it a fill color white. And I'll give it a name saying melted cheese pizza. Melted cheese pizza. So let's say, for example, I duplicate this particular guy to this one, and I change the color to black instead of green. That'll be very fast for me, right? Yeah. So I can still come back and say melting cheese pizza. Yeah, so I will use this melting cheese pizza test to 12, not 14. Yeah, and I'll make sure it's at the center. So I'll come here and say center, align center. Let's bring it down a little. So the next thing is to follow the amount, to tell users that this product is selling for a particular amount, which is $10. So I'll come here, I'll do a duplicate again and say $10. So I'll write 10 shift 4 10 shift 4, or shift 4 before the 10. Yes, $10. So I'll put dot and 00. So we'll make this guy to be in the center as well. Oh, we are getting there, bro. Oh, sorry guys, I just had to yawn. Okay, so this is funny. So the next one here is actually how is for us to get our pizza picture, which is we coming here. So you can download your pizza picture, or you can use Unsplash, but I'm not using Unsplash for this tutorial. So I will scale it to be my size of what I want, and I will just bring it into my frame. Yeah, so the next thing is to get this 44 colorials. So this is the street. So let's get the street 44 colorials. So let's get the street. So I'll come here and say 44 colorials, the address. So write 44. I don't know the meaning of colorials, but let's just do it for now. For now, this is actually practical colorials. So I will increase it to 14. Now I think the 12 is actually cool. So let's get the size. Which size they use? Okay, 12 was semi-bold. So let's leave it on 12 semi-bold. Not 14. 12 was semi-bold. So the next thing is to get this fire, this fire icon. So let's go to Iconify again and get it on. So this is the fire we're using, so I'll just bring it out. let's see. Yeah, so I'll scale it to 11. Yeah, so I'll bring it here. um, yeah, so I've done that. So the next one is to get this button that says add. So still on Iconify, let's go there and see and search for add. I put my Iconify plugin and say add. Yeah, so I will just get this one here, this particular add. I'll bring it to my design, and I'll change the color to green. So I'll go to my selection color and see this particular green, which is 63BF75. 63BF75 as the color code. So lastly here, I'll just say 24 minutes, which is the time. So I'll say 24. You can see. So let's change this to regular, and the text should be 10. And lastly, let's get our time icon. Time, and drag it out. So that will be all for this part, and I'll just come here and arrange it well. Yeah, so I will add a Ctrl G to group them together. Then I will change this text color, like the color, which is the field. So I will change the field to this particular gray, which is 666666. Yeah, same thing with this one. Selection color and make it this 666. So this is it. So guys, let's give this a corner radius of 10. Let's give this particular frame now, this frame, let's give the corner radius of 10, which I've done. Yeah. So that is it, guys. That is it. So let me bring this guy a little bit down. Oh, I hope I'm correct. Okay, yeah. Increase the size a little. Yeah. So everything is looking so good. So I will only duplicate this guy now. Now you observe some little glitch. It's actually touching the edge of the frame. So we reduce it by clicking these both together. Hold your shift and click them together, then reduce the size. So everything is perfect now. So let's make sure this guy is not too close to the edge of the frame. Yeah, everything is looking good now. So we'll duplicate it again. Yeah, so we are done, guys. So what we need to do, you can actually change the pictures of these guys if you want to, like this one, but because of so we can change the picture. So let's do it. Let's see. Let me say I want to use burger. So I will shrink the size a little. and I'll add it to this guy. I will still shrink the size because it's looking too big, so I'll shrink it again. And this is great. This is great. Center, please. Yeah, this is great. So we can. I want to give you guys a task. So you change off for this one. So I design it. Change off. Yeah. So the next thing we need to do is to add this into to auto layout. So I'll add it to auto layout. Add to auto layout. Do same for this bestseller and this one. Add to auto layout. Do same for this and this. Add to auto layout. Then mark this one, right? Then also mark this frame as well, and mark this one. Yet, so we are adding all of them to auto layout. So I'll add it to auto layout. Yeah. Then I'll come since I've added it, I will now come here and say clip the contents together, and they should be united. Yeah. So I will clip the content together, and I will drag them off. So if I do not click the content together, it will be showing this way. If I click them together, it won't show. Yeah, so that is what we just achieved by clicking the content together. So I will come here and use my shape and get our navigation bar set up. So yep, our navigation bar set up, and yep, guys. So I'll give this guy a field as a gear. Sorry, I'll give this guy a field which is white, a field of white. Then drag this guy a little. So we are trying to achieve this particular navigation bar. So we have home, we have favorite, and we have cart and profile. So let's get it done. So all I have to do is to come here and say, come to Unsplash, get my home icons. I'll get all the icons on ground. So I will come here and say home. Yeah, so I'll pick a particular home. I think I prefer this one. And I will look for now let me get a frame so that I won't be looking for them. So I'll put this guy in instead of this frame, so I won't be looking for them. Yeah, so I'll do another thing. I'll search for favorite or like, let's say like, and I'll get this guy at. So the next one is cats. I'll get it at again. I'll come here and take it off. And the next one is profile. So I'll just get this guy at as well, and that is it. So how do we get to design a good navigation bar? Now pay attention, guys. All I have to do is to just come here, click on your frame, and drag this guy, draw a little frame. Yeah, so it will change to white. Go to your home icon, drag this guy into it. Yes. Then give your icon a label so that users will get to know the one that is home, favorite, cart, and profile. So I'll give it a label and say home. My home is on bold, it should not be on bold. So let's say it should be regular. Yes, should be regular. I'll reduce the size to 14. Center. So we have achieved this one. So I'll do a duplicate. Let me center this one too. So I'll do a duplicate of this guy. Yep. So I will delete this guy and I'll get my favorite. Yeah, so I'll make sure this guy is not really. So how do we do that? Let's get a ruler. Now do shift arrow on your computer to get a ruler. Yeah, so let me show you guys what it is. I can turn off my ruler. My ruler is not turned off. So if I do shift arrow, my ruler will be off. So I'll just scale up then drag out this guy to get my ruler, as I want to be sure that this guy is not really taller than the home, so and he's not touching it. So I'll call this favorite. Centralize, yeah. So I'll duplicate this guy again and do another duplicate. Yeah, so these are my duplicates. So I'll delete this one and get my cat. So I'll just put my cat here. Yeah, so I'll write cats, S-A-R-T, and be centralized. And lastly, our profile. I'll get this one, then centralize it, and I'll write profile and centralize it from here. Yeah, I think that's all. So I can take my ruler away now. And what's next? I have to change the color of them all. So I'll just click 1, 2, 3, and come to my selection color and pick my color. So for that one, we are using 99999D9E for the color code. 999D9E. So for this one, I'll give it a green color because this is the first button being clicked. I'll give it this green. So for this green is 63BF75. 63BF75. That's the color. So guys, I will just highlight all of this guy. Yeah, or I'll just hold my shift 1, 2, 3, 4. And add auto layer to it. Auto layout. Now we'll reduce my gap. My gap is 30, so I'll make my gap, let's say 15. Yep. I'll bring it inside of this guy and make sure it's centralized. Yeah, so let me space it a little. So I will click here on my, yeah, so I'll just scale it from 15 to, let's say 19. That works. So guys, we're actually done with our first design, which is this one. So let's see on how we can achieve a prototype of this guy. So this is it now. So I'll just come here. Sorry, I'm writing the file. So I'll come here now. I'll come to prototype, which is here. I'll click here on my prototype and I'll click this button. So you can see this particular thing looking like a plus. If I hover on it, if I hover on it, it won't be there. So if I hover on it, I'll see a plus and I'll see a dot as well. So I'll just click and drag it to the screen. You see, I'll say go tap menu screen. Yeah, instant. Yeah, that's cool. So I'll do same for, so this is the prototype. So there's okay, so I will click here, this particular guy, still my prototype. Now I'll come here. Since we are done with this one now, I want to come to this one. So now all these things we actually add auto layer to. So I will click on it like just once. Now I'll come to this my prototype section. Now I see screw with parents and you see with no scrolling. So I'll click on no scrolling and say screw vertical. So I'll say screw with parents. This one say vertical, so I'll choose vertical. This on this overflow. So if I play my prototype now, it's playing, guys. So let's get to see what our design will change to. So I have to just reduce the size of the screen a little, okay, of my phone frame. I will have my design, so I can scroll to get my. You see, I'm scrolling. I'm actually scrolling. You see. So I'm actually scrolling. This is what we just built. Alright, so guys, that is it. So this brought us to the end of this class. So thank you guys, thank you so much. Now our next class I will teach you guys how to use auto layout very well. So bye, take care.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.